Hi everyone, Elly Wicks and James Vandermeer here to preview the 2017 Group Two Warrnambool Cup. This is a big one, James, and I'm excited because it falls right in the middle of the May Racing Carnival down in Warrnambool.
Yes, hello to you, Elly. Hello, everybody. Yeah, it is a really exciting time of year. There's no doubt about that down in Warrnambool. The Thoroughbred Carnival well and truly underway, and now the Greyhound Carnival as well, with the Warrnambool Cup and Classic to be held Wednesday night. Great prize money, $67,000 the Warrnambool Cup's worth, and the Classic worth $75,000 to the winner. So, great night of racing and greyhounds to fit as well.
It'll be fantastic, and as you said, we'll touch on the Classic later, but for now, let's take a look at the tab odds and the box draw for the Cup. In box 1, Flight Right, $14, in 2, Striker Light, $2.70, in 3, Zinzanbrook, $4.20, in 4, Lucky Chap, $3.80, in box 5, Leo's Gift, $14, in 6, Roarability, $7, in box 7, Blackpool Chuck, $26, and in 8, Map Machine, $10. The 2 reserves, Unlawful Entry and Landmark. Now, James, 8 heats will run of the Warrnambool Cup, but let's go through these dogs top to bottom.
Yeah, starting with 1, Fly Right. Look, this greyhound went 25.33, a little bit of a surprise heat win. I think the greyhound needs to do more in the final, but has got the aid of box number 1.
Okay, what about 2, Striker Light?
Striker Light, well, she is flying, this greyhound. She's got the habit of drawing good boxes. She's drawn really well here. I thought her heat win was outstanding from box 8. She had to work really hard early. 6.58, 11.44. Brought it home to a 25.14. She's a dual Group 1 performer, and I think she has drawn beautifully down in box number 2.
Okay, Zinzanbrook?
Yeah, Zinzanbrook. We touched on this greyhound back in the Ballarat Cup of last year. Now, this is a greyhound who I think back then was showing sectional speed like Fernando Bale. Now, the question I have for Zinzanbrook is he takes about 2, maybe 3 or 4 strides to get going early, and once he does, his acceleration's very impressive, but it's that 2 or 3 steps early, I just wonder where he's going to get to. But if he can follow Striker Light, he looks a genuine contender after that 24.97 heat win.
Okay, what do we know about Lucky Chap?
Lucky Chap, I just spoke of Zinzanbrook taking a few strides to get going. Lucky Chap's identical. We saw it in the heat run when he saluted going 24.93, but he just takes those 3 or 4 steps, probably 20 or 30 metres to get wound up, but he does look a classy type for Anthony Azzopardi.
Okay, and Leo's Gift?
Leo's Gift, look, 25.38 heat win, but he's drawn horribly here in the final. Box number 5, he wants to get wide. He's drawn inside of Roarability, who I'll now touch on from box 6. He was a 25.20 heat win, but he did that from box 1 now. He steps 2 or 3 hard left at the start, and the greyhound on his inside, Leo's Gift, will be stepping 2 or 3 to the outside at the start. So I just see a fair bit of trouble between the 5 and the 6 going to the first corner.
Okay, and what about Blackpool Chuck?
Blackpool Chuck, old Chucky they call him. 25.40 heat win, did that from box number 8, but he's another. I just don't think he can get down to the 24.90s, which is probably what's going to need to be produced to claim the Group 2 Warrnambool Cup. So I think he's up against it, but look, drawn well out in 7.
Okay, and Marvellous Map Machine, drawn very wide.
Yeah, drawn wide. He's a greyhound that, look, he's becoming a bit of a group final guru. I mean, he made the Melbourne Cup. He's made a couple of group races since then. He's now into the Warrnambool Cup. The thing I did like about his heat run was he gave Pantera Nera windburn once he got clear. 25.39. He just needs a bit of luck going through that first corner, and he will be strong at the end. But look, it's a tough draw and a pretty hard race to beat as well.
Okay, so what are your selections going to be for the Warrnambool Cup?
Selections for the Warrnambool Cup. I've gone 2, 3, 4 and 1. I'm tipping Striker Light on top. I just think she's going really well at the moment. Back from that stint in New South Wales where she claimed the Golden Easter egg. First run back here in Victoria, I just thought it was outstanding the way she won the heat. Second, I've gone with 3, Zinzanbrook. Just that first 20 or 30 metres, if he can get out, follow Striker Light early, I think he'll be right there at the end. He's a class factor. For third, I've gone 4, Lucky Chap, identical to Zinzanbrook, but I think they'll make their runs together at the start. And for fourth, I've gone 1, Fly Right. I do think this greyhound's outclassed, but I think the inside draw, following the speed behind the hoop arm, I think maybe a top 4 spot for the Red Rug.
All right, and the part we always love, it's our $20 suggested bet. No doubt Striker Light's going to feature in this one.
Yes, you're spot on again, Elly. Striker Light on top in the first 4 I'm going. 2 on top. For second position, 1, 3 and 4. For third, 1, 3, 4, 8. And for fourth, I've gone 1, 3, 4, 6 and 8. Now that gets you 74% of the dividend and a little bit extra for $20. So it's worth having a go at. Striker Light wins, and I think if Striker Light does win, those around are going to get the nice clear run behind the checkered rug, and hence I think the first fall's not a bad bet.
All right, wonderful. Now we have to touch on the Macy's Bistro Warrnambool Classic because this is a big race, and as you said, what, 75,000 in prize money to the winner?
And not only that, $75,000 prize money to the winner, but add to that, these greyhounds have to be nominated as pups, so it's around 24 months since they've been nominated. And Lightning Frank, he is the golden boy of greyhound racing just about at the moment. I mean, he claimed the Group 1 Temley, all the rage in the Australian Cup, had no luck. At his home track, the murmurs around Warrnambool were going into the Classic. He was absolutely flying on the trial track, and he produced that in a heat going 24 and 82. And he's a Group 1 winner, and I think from box number 1, he looks set to claim the Macy's Bistro Warrnambool Classic. I think Uphill Jill's the big danger, though, drawn out there in box number 7. Another who went to Sydney with some good form lines, shows speed, unbeaten here at Warrnambool through the heat and semi-final, and she could be the main challenger, I guess, come the finish line in the Classic.
Okay, well, give us your selections for the Classic.
Yeah, look, I've settled on 1, 7, 3 and 8. I just thought Lightning Frank, drawn beautifully, he'll follow the rail. I don't think they'll catch him. For second, I've gone 7, Uphill Jill. She can go with Lightning Frank early, but I just don't think she's got the strength to hold him out late. For third, I've gone 3, Rig 55. Heat and semi-final wins of the Classic have been good, but he is a moderate beginner and he will need luck getting onto the rail, which he should do at some point. And number 8, Bewildering, very, very fast animal. I just worry where he's going to get from box 8 against what is a really, really good quality Classic field.
But James, it seems like a very tough race, no doubt. Now, GRV have extended their generosity and given us, I think, $40 because you wanted to do two $20 suggested bets.
Look, I had to knock down the door at GRV to get the extra 20, but they gave it to us. And I've gone a trifecta, 1 on top to beat 7. For third, numbers 3 and 8. That's 1,000% of the dividend. And I'm going a first 4 as well, 1 on top to beat numbers 3, 7, 8. For third, 3, 7, 8. And for fourth, 2, 3, 4, 7 and 8. That's 111.11% of the dividend. And I'm very, very good at Warrnambool as well.
You are, because last year you were there at the Punters Club and you're going to be doing it again.
Yes.
That's where you collected big, wasn't it?
Well, my result was that good. They said they'll almost pay me double if it happens again. But we turned 2,000 into about 10,000 last year. So if we can do that, I do love Warrnambool. I used to race call there every week for a couple of years. I know the dogs, I know the track, and I think we'll come away with a win. Cup and Classic night, the best night of the year down at the Bull.
Let's hope so. Well, make sure you've written down all of James' selections for the Cup and the Classic. It's going to be a huge night on Wednesday night of greyhound racing. And don't forget to check out grv.org.au for more information.